Hi, I'm John Doherty, and today we're going to do a video on turn early and extend late. All right, I got two teaching aids with me. Both you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's in the mailbox section for a couple bucks each. This was a really long one. I like to stick this out in front of the golf ball to represent my ball position and my head movement. So I want my head staying dead still in the backswing. So this is a great long one that it kind of gets close to my head. This short one I got through my belt loops, so I can visibly see my hip turn with this and my hip slant. So the idea with this turn early is most of the great golf swings that we're seeing play professionally, they're doing all their rotation for the most part in the first half of their backswing. And then as the arms get close to the top, the extension piece kicks in, and it's a nice transition into that, getting the pressure into your left side as the club starts coming down. So how I use this is I put this long stick to represent my ball position, so we'll call it a 7-8 iron, middle of my stance, right through my zipper, my chest, and my head. And that's how I like to set up. So I don't want to set up with my head and chest center offline. I want to stay stacked with my head, chest, and hips at address. I do like to see the right ear a little bit lower than the left. That naturally blends with the spine because my right shoulder is lower than my left because of the grip. So I think that's a nice blend. So the head not being tilted crooked off my spine angle, but in line with my spine. The idea right off the bat is to rotate the hips and the chest to the right immediately. And the second piece is what do we do with the arms? So the arms are basically getting a free ride if you keep your pressure points in your arms. Now, the pressure point in the armpits are never going to leave. The pressure point in the right arm from the elbow to the mid bicep, that's going to connect right in the takeaway. So the hands, the elevation of the grip is going to stay the same from P1 to P2 as I turn. The death move would be to lift up the arms independently off the body, because then some manipulation would have to be done in the downswing or rerouting to get a decent path and swing direction. So I like to think of like I'm just holding a beach ball and I'm going to turn back my torso and my hips to P3. This is a great start to feel the halfway back point of just rotating early and getting that hand path to go in. I'm feeling my hands stay low. The only thing elevating my hands is my right elbow flexing. So as soon as my right elbow flex, that starts to elevate the left arm and cock the left wrist. But my pressure point stayed on. So getting into a golf posture, I'm going to have my long stick. I can see this, obviously, it's right on my nose. And then turn back immediately with my arms on my torso. So I can tell my head did not move. My face rotated a little bit, but my head did not move. The extension piece is when the right elbow, we get to the top of P3, halfway back, and then we got to finish up loading this left arm up on the top part of the pec. So when we went back, the left arm took a free ride back on the bottom portion of the pec, and then what's going to raise that left arm is the external rotation. That's the right forearm working around the elbow joint and a little flexion. So we're not going to purely externally rotate. There'll be a little flexion to about 80 degrees. And that's going to load the left arm, that motion on the top of the pec. Now when that happens, that's when the extension piece kicks in. So I'm going to rotate to P3. My hand path went in with my torso. Did not leave and go out. Then my left arm's going to finish loading on the top of the pec. And that's when you're going to see this extension piece. So if we look at the top of P4, we know from the pressure plate data that we're loading the right heel about 80% going into P4. And then right around P4, it gets 50-50. And then P5, we're at 80-20 left-right. So that extension piece is moving that pressure from that right heel. It's unweighting that right heel and starting to move the pressure at the top of the swing into the left foot. So pure rotation into P3. I got pressure in my right heel. And then I'm going to raise the left arm from the mid to lower part of my pec to the top part of my pec as I start to extend. And what is extension? It's just the spine starting to recenter a little left. And that blends nicely into the chest opening up in the downswing and getting pressure into that lead heel. Looking at it from this view, what I like to look at for people on down the line is by P3, I want to see the entire front portion of the pants. So that's that much turn. So by P3, you can see the entire front part of my pants hip rotation. I like to see the hands, because the arms took a free ride on the torso. I like to see the hands slightly inside the right shoulder. So if that torso didn't turn, you're going to look at a swing more like this, where the hands are going up more, and I see this quite a bit because of lack of rotation in the hips, trunk, and upper body, and because the arms came off the body too much. And the arms are going to lift if the body doesn't turn, because they know they got to get up there, but we want to turn immediately right off the ball. So you're going to feel like that right shoulder is going right behind your head into P3. And then what we're looking for over here on this side of the body is to make sure that this knee didn't overly come in too much to the ball. You don't want to have too much rotation of the hips. That'll cause the head to move off the ball. That'll cause your hip center of gravity to move forward and your head to move to the right. So I love this stick right here, because if you keep your head still, a lot of good stuff's going to happen, and you're not going to turn in forward flexion by moving the head off the ball. So the head's staying right on the ball to P3. We're going to get up and extend into a P4, and now you're going to see at P4, once I'm 50-50 with my feet, I've extended up. You'll see a straight line between my left thigh, outside edge of my left thigh, and my back. All right, so there's some cool points. Download the Mirror Vision app. Get your iPad and your phone, download the app, open both at the same time, it's free, and then click on your iPad, the little iPhone logo, and then the iPad becomes the TV, the iPhone becomes the camera, and you can really you can put it right here down by the ball and see what you're doing. It's awesome. Also, check out Red Rooster Golf Gloves. Brand new company, and they'll ship these gloves to you monthly, and every one you buy, they give a free glove to junior golf. So it's sweet. I played the Titleist Players glove my whole life, and this is as good or better, and a lot cooler on the designs they got. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.